Okay, we're going to get this straight. This is like the 1,000th time. Okay, let's just do this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stickers by Rhonda channel. I am Rhonda, and I'm super excited to have you join me today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of journaling in the My Money Matters journaling notebook here that you see. We actually have two sizes. We have the medium and the large, and today I'm going to be doing some journaling in the large one. I've already set up a few pages to get started, and the reason why on this part of my journey, I am examining some beliefs and the thoughts that I have towards money, my relationship towards money. So I'm really working on my mindset, and I'm getting prepared to shift my mindset, kind of throw out some of the old stories and things I've been telling myself about money so I can make room for new ones and, just improve my relationship and grow my finances. So when you start a new habit or when you start learning new things, it's always your mindset. You have to be open to learn. You see where you are first, and then you go from there. So I have already set up a few pages using the My Money Matters journaling sticker kit. So with that kit, with the journaling kits, I like to include a few prompts to kind of help get you started thinking and kind of guide you initially. And then by the time, you start writing, you will come up with your own questions and kind of, start to guide yourself. Or another good thing you could do is invest in a financial book. So I have been reading Finances for the People by Paco de Leon. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But it's Finances for the People. And it's a really good read, because the first part of it is all about guiding you to examine your thoughts, So I've already started with, I didn't go in any particular order, or I kind of did. I made up my own order because the first thing I wanted to do is think about what my relationship with money looked like. So a few days ago, actually last week, I went ahead and started answering that question. So the first question that I asked myself was, what does my relationship with money look like? And my relationship with money up to this point has not been the very best. It could have been better, but it's okay because I acknowledge that, and I am moving on from that point. I'm not going to beat myself up about mistakes I've made with my money. I just take it as lessons that I've learned. So then I asked myself, how am I going to improve my finances? Now, if you don't have these pretty stickers, if you don't have a pretty My Money Matters journaling notebook, just use the notebook that you have. Like, take a notebook that you already have and write down the questions. I do recommend that it be a notebook that you dedicate just to your finances. And if you already have a notebook or journal that you have been writing down your budget, just take part of that, maybe in the back, and dedicate a section in the back of that notebook where you can explore your thoughts and beliefs about your finances. So you can write down this question: what does my relationship with money look like? And just start writing. Think about, is it a good one? You might actually have a fantastic relationship with money, one where you didn't ignore, one where you gave it attention and you spent time with your money on a weekly or a monthly basis. I didn't have that until here recently. Now I do a weekly check-in, where part of that weekly check-in is going over what I've read throughout the week about finances, writing down things that I've learned, and now exploring these questions. So then you could write down your question in your notebook, the next one. How am I going to improve my finances? So, and you can decorate it, if you want to go over and get these pretty stickers from the shop. They are currently available on stickersbyrhonda.com until the 24th. Oh, no, the 23rd. So if you head over and you don't see them, it's because they're no longer in the shop. We only keep them in the shop for about a good 2-3 weeks, and then we move on. I rotate the stickers out. So our next release that's coming up is about self-care. But anyway, so the way that I typically set up my journaling pages is, again, I like to do some questions. I like to include a little bit of because I do a lot with stickers. I do a little bit of washi sticker. This is a washi sticker strip up here. And then I like to always include some sort of positive quote, an affirmation, something to just kind of keep me encouraged. And so down here, I put trust the process. So I have this question over here. What will I do with my finances once they improve? Not sure I'm ready. This is going to take some thought. I have some basic things, but I'm still kind of thinking on that and praying over it, because I want to make sure that once my finances improve, I want to use my money to bless other people. So I strongly believe that we're blessed to be a blessing. So, I have some big ideas and big things, but I'm not ready to quite tackle that question today. But you can see I already have it set up and ready to go when I am ready to tackle it. And like I said, I like to include a little quote, which this is, or just some positive words. And this is, it's time to get my finances in order. So, it's really past time because, but anyway, so what limiting beliefs do I have about money? This is the question that I want to journal about today. I want to answer this question. What limiting beliefs do I have about money? So if you have not, I encourage you, invite you, strongly recommend that you put this video on pause and go grab your notebook so you can journal along with me too, and let's discuss some things. So what limiting beliefs do I have about money? And you see, I've already set it up. I told you I have I'm a bit of, let's see, I have a bit of a routine, or there's a method to my madness, as I say, when it comes to decorating my journal pages. Again, I have my question near the top. I throw in some decorative washi strips, and this is kind of like a little decorative scrapbook paper. I like to throw in some Planner Girl stickers. That just makes me happy when I see her. She's doing her happy money dance. Can y'all see that? She's doing her happy money dance there. That's Ebony there. And then this is Ebony. This is a different version of Ebony down here. And it's saying, I am willing to change for the better. So, what limiting beliefs do I have about money? Well, I have been thinking about that quite a bit. Thinking about things that I learned growing up, learned from my family, learned from society, things that I was taught about money in church. Some things I learned directly and some things I learned indirectly. And one thing that I learned in, let me see, what color? I don't know. I've recently taken to writing in like different ink colors, and I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and put today's date, which is, let's see, today is the 23rd. So I like to date my pages. So 6/23/22. Okay, so I started thinking, when I first read this, I was like, what limiting beliefs do I have about money? And at first I was like, I don't have any limiting beliefs about money. And then I was like, well, what was I told about money growing up? Which, to be honest, we really didn't discuss money per se. I did, I grew up in a middle class family. Yes, there were times where money was never a time that I can remember where I had to go without something. So that is where I started taking, I think, money for granted, that it was just always going to be there. My other earliest memory about money is when it came time for my mom to sit and pay the bills. You never bothered her. Like, she would sit at the kitchen table, she'll put out all the bills, she'll pull out the checkbook, and for those who don't know, checkbook back in the day was an actual little rectangle little book, and you had your checks, and you write your check, and then you would record, the amount. And basically it was like your own personal little ledger, and that's how you kept up with the amount of money you had in your account. Or now you can, you go online, you can see, you can text your bank and be like, what's the balance, things like that. But back in the day, it was all very much writing ledger. You keep up with the receipts that you got from the ATM. And you record all that, or the teller, because my mom, she didn't go to the ATM. She would always go. I remember going to the bank with her, with the teller. But my limiting belief, if I had to think about anything that limited, was money was something that you went after only to live comfortably. So I associate money with money is just something you earn. Definitely you have to work for it. Money is just something you earn. You earn to pay bills. So, like growing up, we didn't talk about investing money. We didn't talk about how to make money work for us. Or let's see, how to invest. Probably the only investment we had, which really I'm learning now was more of, it really was an asset, was more of a liability, was to buy a house. That's what you do. You grow up, you get married, you buy a house, you have children, and then that's it. You just spend the rest of your days working to pay the mortgage, make sure the bills are met, and pay for your kids to go to college. So that's it. So money was just money was used to fulfill needs. Money was used to fulfill needs, not wants, or desires. Let's see. So I will tell you that definitely limit my mindset when it came to money, because as I got older, even though I was making a good living, I had good income coming in, it was tough for me to buy things that went beyond my needs. Like if I treated myself out to dinner, I had a lot of guilt just from going out to dinner, because then I would think, why am I spending all this additional money on going out to dinner when I could cook? So I think that's very much a limiting belief. We never talked about, like, now you hear a lot about financial freedom, financial independence, things like that. We didn't talk about that. Money always came from hard work. So that was the only way to get it. Like, money came from a job. Working a 9-to-5 job, or you have a what you call it, a lucrative career. You would have to have a career like being a teacher. I tell this to my children too, is that I was taught when you grow up, here are the jobs you go when you either become a teacher, you become a lawyer, or you become a doctor. And if you weren't planning on going into college, then military was your best bet. Definitely, if you were a male in our family, you were encouraged. If you're not going to school, then buddy, you're going into the military. Pick a branch. Women, of course, we were encouraged to get married and have babies. We were, that's what, so, but yeah, a career like being a teacher, a lawyer, or a doctor. But there was never a talk about having passive income. We never discussed. I didn't even know what passive income was until I was like, in my 30s? Yeah. And I think that was when, actually, I take it back. It was when I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad for the first time. And in that book, he talked about passive income. But yeah, passive income, making money in your sleep. Well, making money while you sleep. But if you were going to have money, you had to work hard for it. So money came from hard work. Like, if you didn't work hard for it, then I felt like you didn't, I felt like I didn't deserve it. If it came too easily, then I felt there was something wrong. And, that affected me when I first became an entrepreneur and I was doing web design. And it was hard for me to price my websites accurately because I enjoyed it so much. Like, there was so much enjoyment. And I was like, I kind of felt guilty charging charging anything, because it was something I love to do. So I never charged what I should have been charging. So If you have some limiting beliefs that you grew up thinking or that you were taught and you feel comfortable sharing, please share them in the comments, and you might help some other people. I'd like to tell that to the SBR community, which SBR is Stickers by Rhonda, and that's the abbreviation SBR. So when I say SBR, I'm talking about Stickers by Rhonda. But in the SBR community, I encourage our members to share your experience, share your knowledge. For one thing, it's going to help people feel like they're not alone. It's going to let them know that they're not the only one who had that experience. And then number two, a lot of times when you're sharing your wisdom and your knowledge, you're helping other people, So I invite you to share what limiting beliefs you grew up, thinking about money. Let me see, were there any other limiting beliefs? Here's one. Okay, so if you being wealthy was a negative, like well, I know people define wealth and all that differently. But being financially wealthy, meaning having excess, if you have excess, you feel guilty about excess because usually, I was given the impression that wealthy people only came across their money by either inheriting it or they did something corrupt to get it. So, excess wealth is bad or negative because there's no way you could be wealthy without breaking the rules. At least that's the impression that that was the impression I got growing up. You could have without breaking the rules or breaking the law. This is if you don't have this, if you're new to journaling, get you some. This is Bic whiteout. Get you some Easy Correct, like little whiteout tape. That's what I just used. Okay, so excess wealth without breaking the law or rules. I love this little, I call it tape. I love this little whiteout tape because you don't have to wait for it to dry. Do you remember when whiteout, I don't know if it still comes in the liquid form, but do you remember when whiteout came in the little bottles and you have to shake it up and then you have to paint it on and you have to blow it dry and then you tap it. I would tap it to see if it was dry and then I get whiteout on my finger. Oh, and also remember when they had the manual typewriters or just typewriters period, and you put a little whiteout. That was before correction tape, I guess, but I remember. Yep, I'm aging myself, I know. But okay, so you get the idea though. So I'm gonna finish off this page, and that will be another page that I have in my journaling notebook. So get your notebook, write down what limiting beliefs you have about money. And the reason for doing that is because you're going to uncover kind of what is in your subconscious, what has been holding you back from investing your money, earning additional income, or, if you have been taught that money is bad or money is negative or money is something you should be ashamed about. See, that's another thing. Some people, some people have acquired wealth that I know, and they're ashamed to talk about it. It's like they feel bad because they feel like other people, they feel bad that they've acquired wealth, that they've sacrificed, they've acquired wealth. They went to the school, they gained the knowledge, they saved, they penny pinched, they were disciplined with their money habits, and now they've acquired wealth, but they're ashamed of it, and they feel like if they were to discuss money, then they feel like they're coming off as being kind of like braggadocious or bragging about their finances, so they don't discuss it. Or arrogant, So it's kind of like this guilt and this shame about having wealth. And it's like, wow, which it's still a very limiting kind of mindset. It didn't stop them from acquiring wealth, but what it does is the people around you who could benefit from that knowledge, it stops you from sharing things. It stops from you sharing, how you may have invested your money, or talking about investments, or talking about how money works, or even discussing, what's going on in the economy from a standpoint where you would make adjustments to how you are handling your finances depending on what's going on in the world. So there are ways that when you have limiting beliefs about money, you can limit yourself, your personal finances, your family personal finances, and then you're limiting those who God is instructing you to talk to about money. Because I do believe that God wants, He wants wealth in the hands of people who are going to be use it to bless other people. So, He wants to bless. I do believe God wants to bless us. That is a belief of mine, so that I can bless others, and that I can help to take care of others. And, one thing I do, this is getting over into what will I do with my finances once they improve. I want to be able to either build homeless shelters or invest in homeless shelters, or maybe in empowerment centers in communities that have not received the attention that they deserve. But I want to, that's one way I want to bless others, so that will go on my list over here when I journal about what will I do with my finances once they improve. And then I also have the start of this page, which will be my financial plan and how I plan to get started on acquiring that wealth and building it out. So, tune back in. I will do another video when I get ready to answer this question. What will I do with my finances once they improve? So, come back with your journaling notebook or your dedicated financial notebook and journal along with me. So while you're watching this video, you should now have no excuse, because you could be writing down some things as well. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you found this helpful.